will come back to help her dad. Today we're diving into the shocking reasons why people stay in debt, and what you can do to avoid these pitfalls. Staying in debt refers to the chronic, long-term reliance on credit, which leads to stress, limited financial freedom, and missed opportunities. Our goal is to expose these common traps and provide actionable advice to help you break free. The first reason is ignoring the problem, also known as the ostrich effect. This involves actively avoiding checking your balances, bills, or financial statements due to fear, anxiety, overwhelm, or denial. The consequences include late fees, accruing interest, and missing early opportunities to address the debt. The solution is to schedule regular finance check-in times, starting small by reviewing one statement at a time, and seeking professional help from a financial counselor if needed. We have the minimum payment trap. This is consistently only paying the minimum amount due on your credit cards, which seems affordable in the short term, but you might not realize the effects of compounding interest. This leads to debt repayment taking significantly longer, even years or decades, and you end up paying far more in interest. The solution involves calculating the total cost of minimum payments using online calculators, prioritizing paying more than the minimum whenever possible, and considering debt consolidation or balance transfers. Other common reason is lifestyle inflation, or keeping up with the Joneses. This is when your spending increases proportionally with your income, leaving no room for debt repayment. This is often driven by social pressure, a perceived need for status symbols, and the desire for instant gratification. The consequences include perpetually living paycheck to paycheck, being unable to save or invest. The solution is to define your own values and priorities independent of external pressures. Create a budget that prioritizes debt repayment and savings, and practice mindful spending and delayed gratification. The fourth reason is the lack of a budget and financial plan. This means not tracking income and expenses or having a clear plan for debt repayment. This is often due to the perceived complexity, lack of time, and avoidance of facing financial reality. The consequences are uncontrolled spending, an inability to identify areas for improvement, and no clear path to debt freedom. To fix this, create a detailed budget using apps, spreadsheets, or even pen and paper. Track your spending to identify areas where you can cut back, and set realistic and measurable debt repayment goals. Emotional spending is another significant factor, which involves using shopping as a coping mechanism for stress, sadness, or boredom. This is often driven by unmet emotional needs, a lack of healthy coping strategies, and targeted advertising. This leads to impulse purchases, overspending, and accumulating unnecessary debt. The solution is to identify your triggers for emotional spending, develop healthy coping mechanisms like exercise, meditation, or talking to a friend, and avoid tempting environments like malls or online shopping sites when you're feeling vulnerable. Debt to cover essential expenses is another dangerous trap, which means relying on credit cards or loans to pay for basic necessities like rent, food, and utilities. This is often driven by job loss, unexpected expenses, or inadequate income. The consequences include spiraling debt and the potential for homelessness or food insecurity. To resolve this, address the underlying income issue by seeking a better job or starting a side hustle, explore government assistance programs or charitable organizations, and create an emergency fund to cover unexpected expenses. Many people stay in debt by not negotiating or seeking help. This means failing to negotiate lower interest rates or seek professional financial assistance, often due to a lack of awareness, fear of rejection, or perceived difficulty. This leads to paying more than necessary in interest and missing out on potential debt relief options. You can fix this by contacting your creditors and negotiating lower interest rates or payment plans, seeking help from a reputable credit counseling agency or financial advisor, and researching available debt relief options like debt consolidation or debt management plans. Conclusion: we've explored the key reasons why people stay in debt, from ignoring the problem to emotional spending and failing to seek help. It's important to take proactive steps to break free from this cycle. Take control of your finances today. Start by implementing one of the solutions discussed above. Thanks for watching. See you next time on Help or Dad.